Welcome to my channel.
My wife and twin brother have been having an affair for 3.5 years. Story 1-2. I touched her leg and she jumped back. The wife hid secrets. I was with my wife for 5 years before getting married to her. 5 years into the marriage, things were normal. Nothing was perfect. We had regular marriage relationship issues, i.e. money, frequency of sex, arguments, chores, and in-laws. Things were good. We knew how to jobble things, or so I thought. 5.5 years into our marriage we moved. Bigger place, better jobs, and our son was almost 5. Things seemed normal until they didn't. And it all changed fast. The first sign was alarming. We were sitting on the couch together when I moved my leg to touch her leg. Without thinking, she jerked away from me as if I were a leper. I had chills all over my body, and not because I suspected her cheating, but because I'd never seen her pull herself away from me like that. Over the next few days I saw more and more of these things. A few weeks after the leg situation, somewhere in the middle of October, we were watching The Great Pumpkin with our son. My wife was humming the Peanuts theme. She said she wanted the song as her ringtone, and I obliged and picked up her phone to make it happen. 10 seconds after I sat down with the phone to update the ringer, she started screaming and yelling while hopping over furniture to get the phone from me. I gave it to her, but from that point on it was all downhill. Things came to a head in December of that year, and I was able to piece enough things together that she couldn't deny it and admitted to the cheating. I had 4.5 more years in me and caught it 3 more times. Things finally ended after the cops were called out for 2 separate seances of domestic violence. She called both times, waved the phone at me, and dared me to report the issues. I did. She was arrested, and now we are divorced. Wow. I never expected this many views for my answer. It was initially therapeutic to have a place to share my story. Today I am engaged to an amazing woman. My male and female friends look at this very differently. When I talk to my male friends, they tend to congratulate me on this. They're happy I have a wonderful woman to share my life with, ultimately marry and move in with. Someone to raise my son and hers, together. Women want to tell me it's too soon. 2 years have passed since my wife at the time was arrested and removed. They want to tell me I need more time. What they don't understand, and I find me do, is the fact that she cheated for 5 years before divorce papers were ever served. During that time she wasn't available to me socially, personally, or intimately. It hasn't been just 2 years since she's been gone, but a total of 7 years. Wow. I never expected this many views for my answer. It was initially therapeutic to have a place to share my story. Today I am engaged to an amazing woman. My male and female friends look at this very differently. When I talk to my male friends, they tend to congratulate me on this. They're happy I have a wonderful woman to share my life with, ultimately marry and move in with. Someone to raise my son and hers, together. Women want to tell me it's too soon. 2 years have passed since my wife at the time was arrested and removed. They want to tell me I need more time. What they don't understand, and I find me do, is the fact that she cheated for 5 years before divorce papers were ever served. During that time she wasn't available to me socially, personally, or intimately. It hasn't been just 2 years since she's been gone, but a total of 7 years. It was another sign. She cheated, but like I said, I'm Christian, so I ain't committed to the marriage. She moved out of our room and still I remained committed. She started accusing me of cheating, still committed. She became mean and aggressive and looking for fights, trying to break me. It never worked, and she became more and more desperate to find justification for what she was doing, cheating. She got more and more desperate. She finally resorted to violence. I never hit back. Had I done that, we both would have been bad spouses, and justification of all her poor decision justified. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I have had cheating boyfriends in my life. A man I was with for 3 years that left me 5 days after I left my job and home to be with him. And I always thought that men must have this cheating, ghosting thing in their genes. And women are mostly empathetic and the victim. But after reading some of the answers here, I see that women are capable of exactly the same betrayal. It's not about men and women. It's about if you have a good heart or not. Redditor 2. Good job. Finally a man who's a man. If a woman cheats on you, dump her immediately. Cheating at any point means she does not love you, and is using you no matter what. If someone cheats, it's the end of that relationship. Redditor 3. But the problem is, he didn't dump her for 4.5 years and she got caught cheating 3 times during those 4.5 years with different people. Redditor 4. It is always sad to encounter a demon shaped like a human. But I think the real tragedy falls to those who have to watch as a person they knew and loved is slowly corrupted into one, and embraces it. Redditor 5. I don't know that he was embracing his wife's actions. Story 2. Been a victim and expit first job. Honestly, I would have never known. I was stupid and very trusting. I thought being upfront and open about your feelings were the secret to a successful relationship. Boy was I wrong. But then again I was lucky. I did find out, but in the most oddest of ways possible. When I was dating her, the gym was my zen place. It was the one place where I would lift weights and by the end of it let the endorphins do the rest. I would not socialize much and that sort of gave me a reputation of a very serious individual. But otherwise I am a hoot. I met this random gym guy RGG but we only exchanged pleasantries before. Of all the days, he strikes a conversation with me that day and asks me about a girl my ex. Turns out RGG knows a guy my ex is interested in and the guy wants to set things up. Knowing how guys can be, i.e. a quick glance from a beautiful girl and they end up assuming it's love, I point out I know the girl and she is committed to someone and there has to be a mistake. The RGG insists there isn't a mistake, starts blurting out facts like the color of her car etc. and reiterates that in fact my ex wants the guy to deal with me. Somehow I am sort of convinced something is wrong. I take his name and call her. We exchanged heckos and I blurt out the guy's name. She says shit. You weren't supposed to find out. She was going to wait for me to leave the city country for my higher studies and then somehow slip me the note. It also turns out that she started the conversation with this guy because he knows so much about her. I ask like what? The color of my eyes, the subjects I choose to study. Am I the only one under the opinion that if some random person came up to you out of nowhere and started telling you stuff, you would be a little scared rather than run into his or her arms? Anyways, I told her that tomorrow was my birthday and thanks for the early birthday present and I hung up. The story didn't end here. Remember when I said I was stupid? Yay, well I was really ducking stupid. I forgave her. Only for her to dump my ass after she finished her finals while mine were about to start in a week. Lesson learned, this world ain't for the nice guys. Personal note, thanks for the upvotes guys. I honestly wasn't expecting it cross 50. And a big hug to all of those who have wished me well and given me solid advice in the comment section. You guys are amazing. Redditor's reactions. Redditor 1, you deserve to find someone that is good to you. One tip though. Don't talk of yourself as a nice guy as it immediately puts you in a certain position. I'm sure you're a nice person, but it's like holding up a white flag for a predator aka someone who wants to take advantage of you. I hope your exams went well. Redditor 2, yeah I agree on the predator part. And no my exams went terrible. Before my exams I was kicked out of my house, I had to resign as president from the student council and then this. So I was actually going through a lot. But luckily I got into a university for my bachelor's. So honestly could have been worse. On the bright side I know how to turn a rotten situation into a funny spectacle. D. Redditor 3, lesson learnt, this world ain't for the nice guys. You are right. The world of relationships is not for nice guys TM, it's for the good guys. You are one of those good guys. She's just horrible. Hope you did well in your finals exams despite her leaving you just before they started. Redditor 4, you should feel like a guy who lost a 40-day backup after taking 4 X-Lax tablets. You dodged a bullet there my friend. Better now than 10 or 20 years down the road. Good luck to the new guy as once a cheater always a cheater. Redditor 5, damn dude. I super swear that that's just about the most heartless useless chic that any guy will end up with and in the end I can guarantee that the joke is on her. Because karma, yep her, She is always a beach. Redditor 6. Nah. The world is here for everyone. You could have simply forgiven her and not resumed the relationship. It wasn't niceness or forgiveness to continue dating her. That was something else. Don't blame kindness for your misfortune. It just sounds like an excuse to be cruel and selfish in the future.
Thank you for watching. Comment what do you think about this situation. Don't forget to like and subscribe.